Alrighty guys, so how's it going today? So, this will probably end up being kind of a long video. I do apologize if it is, because there's many things I got to talk about. I'm just going to plug in my little fan here, so I have a little bit of air moving around. It's just kind of muggy out, so we'll do low for now. Just so it kind of moves the air a little bit and stuff. So anyways, there's Gary. There's the tractor. And there's Big Red. So, this first part of the video will be about YouTube and their disabling the like and dislike for videos. It don't work. You can turn it off, but people can still like and dislike videos. Because I do it to my videos. Like, there's been a few videos I've turned off the dislike and like thing, and people are still liking and disliking them, so I don't know what the hell's going on with that, but it's obviously you know, a bug or something going on, or YouTube turned something off, they don't realize it or what, but it's not working for me, and I know it's probably not working for Savage no more either, because I know he turned off a dislike and like thing on his video, but when I put the mouse thingy over his like and dislike buttons, I can choose, you know, either like or dislike. So you're not supposed to be able to do that. When you put your mouse thing over it, it's supposed to say this feature has been disabled by the owner, so and it don't pop up. So it's been going on, I think, with other people too, but I do know mainly mine and Savage No More and NR After 6, because they've been turning their likes off and stuff, and apparently you can still like and dislike them if you want to, but I don't know. I think YouTube's kind of stupid again, and I think there's something else going on too, because Savage No More uploaded a video like 2 or 3 days ago, and I didn't even know about it. So, but some other people's videos are popping up too, so I don't know if maybe it's just because I'm subscribed to too many people and they're uploading videos and it's pushing everyone else's videos off. I don't know. Might have to maybe be doing some unsubscribing, because there's too much going on right now and I can't keep up with everyone, you know. It's just too much, so. But, you know, whatever. I'll freaking worry about it later on, I guess. I know I got a stick here. So, I suppose that, well, that's jammed in there. There. Got jammed up in the spring. There's I think there's well, maybe not. I got jammed up in there somewhere. So I'll just throw it over there and get chopped up later. So, yeah, so I don't know what the hell YouTube's doing. They're doing something obviously stupid again, and either they don't realize it, or maybe it's just a bug or something walking around or something. I don't fucking know, but it's a little bit stupid. I'm not really gonna worry about it, I guess, you know, because I do remember even on one of my videos, I turned off the like and dislike thing, and here I got a dislike, and I don't know how the hell you're doing it, because I disabled it. So I guess it's really not going to do me any point to disable it if people can still like and dislike it, because, you know, it doesn't matter. So, stupid rocks. So, yeah, I guess the hell with that then, pretty much. That's YouTube for you. And I'm sure it's for everyone, you know. I mean, not everyone, you know, disables their like and dislike thing, you know. I mean, certain people do it. You know, I do it too, you know. It's just not Savage No More, NR After 6, you know. I do it too, you know, and there's many other people that do it on there too, and they're probably having the same problem. So, but, you know, it's kind of, you know, I guess it'd be kind of, you know, it's important to have that thing working, you know. I mean, if someone doesn't want to deal with, you know, like a dislike or something on a video or something like that, you know, you should be able to, you know, disable it, you know. And another thing too is, you know, there's a lot of companies on YouTube that there's a couple I think I know, but yeah, I'm subscribed to them, but I don't remember who they are. But they're well-known companies, and they actually disabled their likes and dislikes and their comments, you know. So because they don't want to deal with the negative bullshit and the negative likes or the dislikes, they don't like that. So it's kind of important that feature is working. I mean, probably. Well, yeah, for us too. It should work for us too. So I don't know. I'll see what it does maybe after a few days or something, or a few weeks or something, and see if YouTube maybe fixes their shit or something. I don't know what the hell's going on, but that's their problem. So and he's trying to climb trees again. Are you trying to climb? You're gonna climb my tractor. And by the way, guys, give you a slime update. The slime's been working pretty good. Somewhere on this tire, that must be underneath. It doesn't help with you on top, somewhere right in the middle. It might have been even, might be on the backs or on the bottom side now, like underneath. I actually seen some slime coming out, so I think that's where it's been leaking. I figured it probably got stabbed by a nail or something, but I just didn't know where. Because I remember seeing it right in the center of the tire before I took off, so that's where it must have been leaking. But obviously you're not going to see it now because it's been wore down now, so you're not going to see that little mark now. So unless it's on the other side of the tire, but I've been doing some mowing, so it's probably not there anymore. And it's just, kind of stupid, but whatever. Maybe they'll stop pissing. Whoa, hello with the bacon. So, he's quite the snoopy little bastard, too. Oh well. He gets into a lot of trouble, but... Right? You get into a lot of trouble? I'm not going to haul you in the trailer. Yeah. He's quite lovable, though. He sure loves the face scratches. I gave him gave all my kitty cats some flea medicine, so maybe the fleas will leave them alone a little more. I kind of think maybe they're getting mites or something in their face, because they've sure been rubbing their faces a lot, so I think they're probably getting that now too. Either that or it's the freaking fleas. It's either one, but... Well, yesterday they were, but he seems okay today. He's not scratching his face to shit, so... Maybe he's alright. I don't know. Now he's gonna show off. Showing off time, huh? Yep. Anyways, I was doing some mowing at the farm. The little John Deere at the farm broke down again. This is the second time within probably like 2 weeks that it's had a problem. I don't think I told you guys the first problem, but the first time, blew a tire on it. Had to get a whole new fucking rubber, so... I'm not sure if it's Goodyear or not. It probably is. I don't know what the fuck it is, but... I know that the other tire was Goodyear. So, of course, the ones on my tractor are not Goodyear. These are something else, So, got a brand new tire. I think you paid about $50 for it, for the old mower. The little John Deere. This is my John Deere. And then we have another one at the farm, but it's way smaller than that. Like a 1970s, 1980s model, so she's got probably many fucking hours on her. But this time, blew a bearing in one of the wheels, the front steering wheels. So the wheel won't stay on without that bearing, so... But they won't be able to do anything until payday of next month, because this month, they just don't get paid, so... So, I guess I'll be doing their mowing for the next couple of weeks or whatever, however long this month will last. I still gotta mow my fucking place. I want to mow it again, but I don't really dare because it's dying in some sections. I don't know if it even... I mean, it's growing fine behind the sewer, but, it's drinking my sewer water too, so... But, like, right here, I mean, you can see it's growing, but it's so slow and it's dying, and it's not doing very... I cut it too damn short. Now it's gonna have a hard time recovering from that. I did raise my deck back up to 3 inches again, so I'll be a little bit higher now, so maybe it'll do a little better. I don't want to cut it too high because then I'll end up be mowing it soon. I'll be mowing more often too if I mow it higher. So I'm thinking, see later, in spring the grass starts to grow. It grows like crazy. So I think that's when I'm going to mow short because it'll survive. So, but now, July and August are the worst months, and the grass starts to slow down, and the grass just slows down, and you don't need to mow it as much. But then you end up, if you don't change the settings, you end up mowing too short, and you end up killing your lawn. So that's what I did, and it's having a hard time recovering from it. So, but I think I'm going to mow it anyway, probably tonight if I feel like it, and just see if it needs to. I know it needs to be mowed in that one section, but I don't know if the whole thing needs it. But I'm going to mow the whole thing. The front yard needs it a little bit too, so. I'll probably just end up mowing it again, just clipping it off whatever is growing, and then leave it at that, I guess. I do need to get some fertilizer spread on this lawn too, but I either need to get a solid fertilizer spreader or a sprayer for liquid fertilizer. But I am getting a 2-gallon sprayer. Might be here maybe Monday. I don't know for sure, Monday or Tuesday. So. But that's just going to be for indoor use. Unless it's too big, then I could probably downsize to a 1-gallon and just use the 2-gallon for outdoor use. Right, this one I got now is a 2-gallon, so probably a little bit overkill, but whatever. I can buy another one. Fuck it. So, but yeah. Anyways, I'm not sure how many hours is on that old mower because it doesn't have an hour meter, So I think it's late 1970s or early 80s model, so it's just quite the old machine. But another thing is too, what's so funny is that we can still find parts for that. But so another thing is too is that I think if Double Strike and me ever have problems with our tractors, I know for sure for me I can find parts for mine. But when my machine gets to be 20 years old, am I still going to be able to find parts for it? But I'm pretty sure I'll be able to, because they know that some people can't afford new machines or a newer model, they have to buy parts because that's the only way they can go. So, but, we've bought so many parts for the other mower that it's unreal. I mean, it's been to John Deere a few times. I know there was one problem with it, something in the motor. My uncle tried to fix it, but for some reason he couldn't get the part to fit. They called John Deere, and John Deere said, well, bring it down, we'll take a look. And they couldn't even get it, so I don't know, but I think eventually either they got it, or my uncle got it. I don't know who finally fixed it, but someone got the part to fit in, and then it's been running fine ever since. But I think usually every year it has a problem. So, but it's just getting pretty played out. And I know I was telling Mossman about it too, and he's like, "Well, you could just buy the parts, and it'd be cheaper to get the parts." Yeah, it's cheaper, but the thing is that you're always fixing it. I mean, it gets kind of old that you have to fix something all the time. Now, I mean, I've had my tractor, 4.5 years, and I've done nothing to it. I mean, it's all still original parts. I mean, the only thing I've done to it now would have been to fix a flat in my tire. And, of course, change the oils and grease it. I've never replaced the part. Everything's, it's going to work fine it better work fine for at least another 5 or 10 years. I shouldn't really have any problems with it. But, it's just the point that I better be able to find parts for it, which I'm sure I can. Because if we can find parts for the old guy, I'm sure we can still find parts for these too. I don't know why they would not stock parts. Unless you're, if you had a John Deere Model A, those are like 1920 model tractors, and getting parts for those are getting hard. Well, those things are close to 80 years old, or if not more. You know, they're old tractors. You know, our mowers are not that old, so they should still stock parts. And if they don't, well, that's kind of, you know, that's stupid from John Deere. You know, I mean, I'm hoping that this mower will. I mean, 5,000 hours. You know, it seems like a lot. You know, but man, I'm ranking them up quick. I swear the last time I made a video on this tractor, I had 212 hours. And now when I looked at it earlier today, I got close to 217. So I don't know where all the hours are going, but I mean they're ranking up quick. So, but you know, I just hope I can find parts for it when I do need it. You know, but whatever, it's the way she goes, I guess. But I'm sure I can, because I have a newer model tractor. I mean, this thing's only a few years old, you know. So, and we can still find parts for the other mower, apparently. So I should be able to find parts for this thing, no problem. The same with Double Strike. He should be able to find parts too. You know, I don't know why they gave him a different PTO shaft, but they did. And it's not the original one. So I mean, it's not the same as the original. I think that PTO shaft that they gave him might go on a different model tractor. I don't think it's even meant for this, you know, for his kind of model, but it'll work, you know. Because I think different model tractors have the same mower decks, but their PTOs I think are different too. I mean, it's just the way John Deere does it. They always got to mess with stuff. I mean, my mower deck, I'm pretty sure would fit on Double Strike's tractor, even though his is older. You know, they don't change a lot, but they do change it enough to piss you off, and you know, and when you want to find parts, oh well, it's different from the original, and you're like, oh Christ, you know. I mean, his PTO shaft will work, but I don't think his is the lockable kind. It's supposed to have that quick release thing on it, and I don't think it's got that, so not like mine does. But as long as I keep it greased, I don't think I'll ever have to replace it. I mean, it's not like it's doing heavy brush hogging work all the time, and that you're gonna burn it out. I mean, mowing my grass ain't nothing for it. So, but whatever. Another thing too is I think I told you guys this, I don't know if I did or not, but I went and cultivated with the John Deere here a couple times, and the south garden was pretty good. Of course, I had to run it wide open. I had no choice, because it would do fine at mowing RPMs, like, you know, when you would mow. You know, I don't run full throttle when I mow, but for some reason when I pulled the cultivator, I had to. Of course, for one thing, the cultivator is a little heavier, so because I could hear the pump struggling, the hydraulic pump, so because you usually hear that kind of whining little noise going on. I didn't want to hear that, so I figured, well, it's going to be hard on the pump, so I'll just give her hell. And I just gave her full throttle, and she did fine. So hopefully it'll be fine. It seems to run actually pretty good now, so I don't know. It runs fine at full throttle too. So because when I first, you know, for the first few years or so or whatever, I didn't really like it when it ran at full throttle. It sounded like it was overkill for it, and it was going to blow up, you know, and fall apart. Now it's actually just runs fine. It doesn't really shake or anything. So I pretty much just run full throttle going all the way down the road. So, you know, it's top speed pretty much. Sometimes I won't, sometimes I do. I think I did on the way there. So, but whatever. So yeah. So like I said, I'll probably be doing their mowing for a while until they can get parts for their John Deere. Like I was telling Mossman too, I think it was just for the best that, you know, we just invest in a better one or a newer one. We don't plan on buying a brand new one. That's nuts. We don't need to do that. I was just thinking maybe like a newer used one, you know. Something with less hours and a little bit newer model. Well, it's going to come down here and I guess mow. There's a guy that mows that Used to be a pig farm over there in the town. So this guy that's coming now, and he usually mows it for them. So we'll let him slip on by here before we get him on video. So I have to clean my workbench up too one of these fucking days. Ugh. Freaking knobs. And yes, they do own a Cub Cadet. I don't know why you would want to own a Cub Cadet, but whatever. I'm surprised they didn't get a machine like this. Oh, wait a minute, they already did. But whatever. So, yeah. And I want to get to the... I was supposed to go to the gardens last night until... But I didn't bother, I didn't get around to it, so... But yesterday, I think it was yesterday, like I said, I tried to cultivate with the tractor. The south garden went pretty good. The north one was still a bit wet. And even with traction control, the tractor still kind of slipped. So I was like, yeah, I'll just hook Big Red on. Big Red did a little bit better, but I got a hard pan going on again, so the cultivator won't even dig in because the skids on it won't sink into the gravel or into the dirt good enough for the tines to grab. So no clue how I'm going to break this one up. But we'll figure something. It's got to dry a little bit more too. It's still kind of wet. I didn't really bother looking at it today, but yesterday it was still wet, and I'm sure it is today. They're talking more rain today too, so you know, it didn't do a whole hell of a lot. It didn't do anything today. It rained a little bit yesterday, but not too bad. So it rained a little bit. It didn't even get the ground wet. It just made it look kind of funny, you know, wet kind of looking, but not soaked. You could just, it was kind of, you know, kind of spotty looking, you know, wasn't super bad. So whatever, stupid thing. We need a little bit of rain. We need about 3 inches of rain right now. It's just everything's so dried out. And so yeah. And I haven't heard from the, of course, I mean, it's Sunday, so I'm not going to hear from him, but I haven't heard from the garage door guy yet. So we'll see if he comes or not Monday. Well, I think Monday I think it was tomorrow. Maybe it was, I don't know. I know one of these days I got an eye doctor appointment, so I probably won't be. Let's see if he comes one of those days. I won't be around, so hopefully he'll come either later or earlier. So my appointment's not till like 3:30 or something anyway, so in the afternoon. So it's got any time from, you know, 9 a.m. or whatever time he opens to around that time. And then after that, I should be home probably by 5. So anytime after that, he can show up. But I didn't think they wanted to work after business hours, but this guy does. So probably because he's busy. I mean, those days that he came and looked, he, you know, was after business hours. So, but whatever. It's fine. It's you know, it's whatever he wants to do. So. And I still never got around to cutting these trees up, so I don't know when the hell I would get around to that, but I know someone was talking about wanted to know what tree I cut down. He thought it was the ones over here, but no, it was the ones down by the farm. There was a tree that was leaning, and I had to kind of cut that back, sure it was getting in the way and stuff, and it was cracking too, so I didn't want it to fall on someone. Excuse me. So that's just what I did that day. I haven't been sawing since. That was like a few days ago or something, you know. Oh, excuse me again. So I haven't done anything since, besides, you know, mow here and there. And whatever. But it's gonna suck because I have to go mow their damn yards, and their yards are even worse condition than mine. A lot of hilly ground, and a lot of the hills are kind of like really steep, like, you know, and they have to like that or whatever. So I end up, you know, just my mower deck ends up running into it and scalping the shit out of everything. So I mean, some of it's good, a lot of it's kind of crap. You got a lot of hills and angles and potholes and whatever. So I did most of the mowing. My uncle ran around with the little pusher, and he just mowed a little bit of the ditches and stuff, because I didn't want to get too, you know, too severe on it, on the anglage, because for one, I'm not used to it, and two, I don't dare do it with this tractor, because for one, it's I mean, yeah, it's a wider tractor, so it would probably do better, but the anglage on the ditches are not the best, so my mower deck would end up coming up a little bit. It'd be pushed up, and then I'd probably end up scalping the ground, and I'm four-wheel steer, so I can kind of slip a little bit too that way. And if I had four-wheel drive, it would be all right, because then I could just keep the front wheels kind of turned uphill, and it would just kind of pull me uphill a little bit, and so I wouldn't slip or anything, but whatever. So, hey, whatever. But I already finished mowing their place, so I mean, he mowed already most of it, but his mower broke down about halfway through it or so, so whatever. I finished whatever he had left over, and broke a couple of tree branches because they were dead and they were in my way, so I had to break them by hand and get them out of the fucking way. So, the only bit of mowing left I gotta do now, of course, is my place, if I ever get around to it. And, if I feel like doing it. Don't know for sure if I'll do it or not, but I probably could just mow it chunk by chunk by chunk too, you know, but I just want to get done so I don't have to deal with it anymore. And they are talking rain today, like I said earlier, but I do see some clouds, but not a lot of super clouds. So, Gary, what are you doing? So, yeah. I gotta clean my my mower deck again. It was packed with dirt. I already kind of did clean it off a little bit, but it needs to get blown off with the air compressor. But there's no point in doing it if I have to mow my yard, so I'm just gonna wait until I'm done mowing for the week or two. I think after this mow, I probably really shouldn't be mowing for a couple of weeks, if not maybe even 3 weeks, you know. Unless we get more heavy rain or something, but, you know, whatever. I just don't know why the neighbor left a little chunk of grass right here. He didn't even mow that little bit. Must have forgot about it. Oh well. So, anyways, guys, I guess that's probably pretty much well it. That's what I had to tell you guys. Well, you know, for a mower, because, you know, I mean, the mower at the farm, that's the one that needs to get replaced. I was kind of thinking maybe, well, we want a small mower. I mean, they don't really want a big mower like I got. For the amount of mowing they do, they don't really need a big guy. So, I was kind of thinking maybe just like the John Deere LA 100, you know, those little guys. You know, they're big enough for what they got to use it for. So, and plus, it'll always have more power than what they got. I mean, the mower they got, it's only 9 horsepower. And I think the LA 100s, I think they're 10 or 13. They're a little bit bigger, but, you know, they're just, yet they're smaller too, right? You know, mine's 25. I'm running a 62-inch deck. He's running 9 horsepower, and I think like a 30-inch deck. So, you know, with LA 100, I think the smallest they got is a 48-inch, so it'd be a little bit bigger, but I don't know. I've kind of been telling my grandma about that too. It's like, well, you know, you guys are just going to be spending more money on it than it's worth, you know. It's going to be worth more trouble than anything else. You know. Just because, you know, I mean, the wheel bearing went on one tire. So that means all the other ones are gonna blow out too eventually. You know. The amount of money that you sunk in the parts, you might as well just have sunk in as a down payment for, you know, a better mower. I mean, they don't need a brand new one, you know. And I told her, she was like, well, you probably could just finance a used one, you know. And she didn't really want to do it because they tack on crap, you know. And I was like, well, if you just make large payments, then, you know, you'll have it paid off in probably a few months, and then they won't tack on so damn much. Well, that's up to them. That's their mower. That's their yard. That's their fucking problem. So, I'm just glad I didn't go with a small mower. I would be mowing all day here. You know, I mean, I only here I think at my place I only mow for about an hour and a half, depending on how fast I go. The faster I go, the quicker I'll get done. But then the more crappier it looks too. You got to mow kind of slow too, so it cuts the grass and just doesn't rip it. You know, if you rip your grass or pull it, then I guess it's more. It can catch diseases quicker too. If it's roughly cut, if it's mowed clean, then I guess it doesn't get quite as many diseases, I guess. So that's why they say to always keep your blades sharpened. I only sharpen mine once a year. I don't, you know, what the hell. You know, there's 3 of them, and that damn thing's heavy to move, so I'm not gonna bother sharpening them a whole heck of a lot. So whatever. So I really shouldn't have to mow their place now anytime soon. Their yard didn't even really need it. I think it was still fine. It could have probably went for another week. So mine could probably go a few more days, but I think I might try to mow it anyway, and then that way it's short again, but not super short, and it looks better. Because the grass over behind the sewer thingy there, it's just growing like crazy. And then in the backyard, you know, I don't want that getting all tall again, because that's where it grows the most. It won't grow anywhere else, but it grows like crazy over at that end. So that's probably the section of yard I probably should be mowing every week, so then it doesn't look quite so bad. But whatever, I'll see what I can do maybe later tonight or something. I do apologize for a 31-minute video, but I think that's really about all I got to say. So, but yeah, and the proof that Big Red was cultivating, as you can take a look at his wheels, he's all muddy. I did have some weight on too, but I guess the back wheels are cleaner, of course, because they do all the work. And I did have my 4-wheel drive on too, so, but, you know, whatever, it's fine. I'm not going to bother cultivating it anymore. It's just so, it might just be too far gone. It has to get worked up with a disc, or, you know, like a plow. Our plow is too big for, you know, for Big Reds, so we'd have to use the big tractor, you know, with the loaders. And with the loader on, it doesn't really fit in tight places very well, so, but whatever. So anyways, guys, I guess I'll probably take off. I don't have really much else to talk about. Just wanted to give you guys that little bit of an update, and more BS again. And I just think it would be better for them just to replace it. I think they're going to be sinking too much money into it. I mean, bearings probably ain't going to be much for, you know, the front wheels are like this big, you know, that's how, they ain't very big, you know. So, and the bearings for it ain't very big either, so maybe you're talking maybe 20 bucks for a bearing, I don't know. You know, back in the day when I mowed with that little guy, that little John Deere mower, I thought it was actually a pretty big mower. Now when you look at this thing, this mower, and you go back and look at the other guy, holy shit, that thing ever tiny again. I'm like, I could slip it in my pocket, you know. Well, whatever, I mean, I guess back then that was probably top of the line mower. That was the biggest mower they probably had back then, you know. But then they started coming out with these, so, hey, whatever. It's a John Deere mower. That's John Deere for you. So, but whatever. I'm sure that they would want a better mower, but you know, it's just they really can't afford it. So, I mean, they're gonna probably get the parts anyway. It don't matter. So, but you know, it's just in my book, it's better just to replace it with something else. You know, I mean, you obviously don't need a brand spanking new one. I mean, you can find like a 2005 model or something, you know, more up to date, and something with low hours too, right? That won't have quite so many damn problems. Every year this thing's having problems. Well, it should be. That should tell you that, you know, it's wore out. Wants to quit, you know. But they don't want to retire it, and I can't make them, so whatever. I think Big Red's been whacking into this brush guard every time I park in here, but I don't know where exactly he's been banging into. I guess he just nudges it, but I don't want him to scuff the paint. So, but I guess it's alright. Because Big Red always kind of bangs into it. Needs to be cleaned. Oh, the whole son of a bitch needs to be cleaned. Another thing too is I wonder if you guys would know what would maybe remove all this greasy crap. All this gunk. See all that gunk? Now that's just grease, of course. But is there a way to remove it so it looks like new? You can see how you can remove it there. But I want to, you know, clean this whole arm thing up here. Would brake cleaner knock that shit off? Should have got my pants a little bit dirty. But let me know, because I want to, you know, I want to keep this machine clean, right? I mean, yeah, of course, I'm just gonna keep greasing it, but you know, just look how disgusting that looks. Nice little focus. See how dirty that looks? I want it clean, you know. I want it to be like my hood, nice and shiny. Even my hood's getting dirty and scratched up a little bit. I thought that was kind of like a little scratch right here, but it's along in there. We'll clean the thing when it's due. Well, it's due right now, but there's no point because I gotta mow yet. So, but let me know what you guys think. What will remove all that greasy crap from it? Same with Big Red too. Big Red needs to be fucking cleaned up too. I hate this. Get this pin out of the way. See where it's been greasy? That's where when the grease comes out, of course, that's what you want it to do. But what will remove that? You know, I mean, I want it clean. I mean, yeah, it's gonna get dirty again, but you know, you'll just keep it cleaner, and it'll be good, right? So let me know, guys. I don't know if maybe brake cleaner would remove that. I don't know. Let me know. I know Big Red needs. I mean, even in the rims too. I don't think it'll remove. Well, down by the rims there. You know, you get to see how dirty it is. Got some mud up inside of there. Have to clean it, I guess. So yeah, let me know, guys. What will remove that? I think brake cleaner does remove that, but I'm not sure though. But let me know, and then I got to finish cleaning off the air compressor, but I just need one more can for that. So I have to buy maybe like 50,000 cans for each machine, and I want to get the tractor clean for winter. So I kind of like to remove that crap too. Doesn't matter for Big Red right now because I'm still using that. So I mean, I won't be using the tractor too much longer. It'll be hibernating pretty soon, probably 2 or 3 months. If even that, that'll probably be back to hibernating mode for it. Unless I put a snowblower on it, then it'll be running year round. But I don't plan on putting a blower on it right now. So yeah, anyways, guys, I guess I'm gonna take off. So yeah, I guess that's really all I got to say. So yeah, anyways, guys, thanks for watching and stuff. So yeah, thanks for watching, tubes. See you guys later.